Well, guys, in a previous video, we have seen how to create the DB context class, the connection string, as well as the mapping, and then we have also talked about the pseudocode, right, for performing the CRUD operation. Now, once it is done, it is time for us to generate the migrations. So we will go to the command prompt or the terminal window, and then we will navigate to the project path, right, where we have the bin folder there, and from there we need to run the command for generating the migration. So it is a .NET EF command. Now, to make sure that the .NET EF command is installed on your machine, you have to go for the .NET EF tool. It's a global tool for the command line. So you can say that .NET EF install, right? That's what the tool is. That so this is the EF core tool, CLI. You have to run this tool from the command prompt, and this will make sure that the .NET EF is accessible. So I already had this, so I'm going to go back now to the command prompt here, and then I'll say that command is .NET EF migrations add, and I'm going to give the name to that as first migration. Okay, FNC here, and then I'm going to provide uh, the namespace path for my DB context class. So this is the DB context class I have, and here this is the namespace name, or here got the name of the class. So let me copy this from here, dot DB context. That is the name of that is a company context over here, and then I'm gonna press enter. So this is gonna do the build, and it's gonna generate the migration. So once this is done over here, once this command is successfully executed in the project, we are going to get the migrations folder. This is what is it, and then this is having two files. The first migration file, which prefix with year, month, date, and some random number underscore the first migration, and the second one is the model snapshot. So let's open the first migration.cs here. So we do have the class derived from a migration and has two methods, up and down. Up method contains the code or a script for creating a table where we have the name for the table, and then our properties name which are mapped to the columns. So we have dptno, dpt name, location. This is what that we have, and the constants are set to the primary key, that is dptno. Then we do have the same thing for employees, and employee has a dptno over here as a foreign key, and that's where that we have specified in our context class. If you see this, like, okay, we already have this relationship, one to many relationship with a foreign key that has been specified there. So it's there. Then we do have the down method. The down method is the one which is going to execute the code for the drop table. So whatever the table is, that it will be dropped. So when you remove the uh, when you want to remove the tables, then in that case you can remove the migration, and the this will be executed. Okay, so that's what it is. Now once we have this migrations there, right, we do have another class called another snapshot class that's there with us, and this is going to contain the code for how my properties are mapped, right? So we are having dptno, it's value generated on add. So this is identity key as of the type integer. Then we have dpt name, location, its types, correct. Then same thing, EMPNO. Then we do have EMP, whatever DPT number, designation, EMP, salary, whatever it is there, that how the mapping is being taken place, and then this is the relationship. Right. So we have this. Now, once this migration and snapshots are generated, then what we will have to do is that we will have to run that migration so that our database will be generated with the tables inside it. So I'm gonna go back to the command prompt here, and I'll say that .NET EF database update, right? .NET EF database update, again hyphen C, CS here. So the name of our, the namespace that we are giving, name of our namespace dot models dot company db context, right? Enter. So this will use those migrations, and then it is gonna generate, apply the migration to generate a database. So here it says that the migrations is been applied. So now if I go back to the database over here and I refresh the database, so you see that the company database is created. It has three tables. So here, of course, the department with a key as DBDNO, similarly employee with a key as EMPNO, and the foreign keys also exist, that is a DBDNO. And then here we do have the migration history table, right? And this migration history table basically provides you the information about the migrations, that which migration got executed. Okay, that's here. So this is where that we have successfully created the database and tables from the code first approach. Now I'm going to go back here, and then that I'm going to write a code for performing the CRUD operations. I'll go to the program.cs here. I'm going to have here demo database first with AF core. Right, I'll have here console.readline, and let me create an instance of the company DB context. So here I'll say company DB context. I'll have ctx is equals to new company DB context, and then I'm gonna write insert a record. So I'm gonna have that here. First thing is that department dpt is equals to new department, and here I'll say that ctx dot departments dot add dpt, and then I'm gonna say that ctx dot save changes. Okay, and then I'm gonna set the value for the department over here. Anyway, the dptno is a, primary identity key. We are not gonna pass any data for that. So I'll say that here this is it, right? I'm gonna have the location as here Pune, correct? And then once the data is there, I will like to see the data over here. So I'll say that now where dpts is equals to cityx dot departments dot to list. Okay, and then I'll say that for each department, dpt and dpts over here. I'll say console dot write line dpt dot, oh, so here I just say d. I'll say that d dot dptno. So let me use the interpolation over there. So I'll say here, then d dot dbt name, and then I'll have d dot location. Correct. Let me save this, and then let me run this here. So I'll be having the record that has been added, and of course I will be seeing that record. So see here that one here. So if you see that the one, this is an identity key, this is added it and Pune, these are the values which we have given, right? So the new record is being added, correct? So if I go back to the database, I'll right click on a departments and say edit top 200 rows. This is what is the record is inserted, and we also have the data that has been read, right? So that's what it is. So we have created entity classes with the relationship, right? We have added the db context class where we define the connections, and then we also had established the relationship across these entities, and then we ran the migrations with the two commands over there. First of all, adding the migration, right, with .NET EF migrations, add migration, and then we also have the .NET EF database update. So this is the way that we have successfully generated the table from the code first approach, or with the help of the code first approach with entity framework core. This is what that we have done successfully, right? So that's the important thing over here. Now, of course, is that if we have a careful look to our database, right here we do have the columns are null, and then here it has nvar max, right? Nvar max is really huge size with respect to the column type in SQL Server and my database. So we should have the restrictions on that. We should make the columns not null, right? We should be able to do that. So the question arises over here is that how we are going to do it. So we will have to make modification into our entities for the same, but how it is gonna generate the migrations again, or how it is gonna update the database, right? That is what that we will have to talk about. So we will be seeing that into the next video. Thank you very much.